Good morning, Street Switch Photography. Question: do lesbians have a nut allergy? Let's do this.
Street Switch Photography.
So welcome back to Street Switch Photography on this piss wet through day. It's absolutely horrible outside. I took my bike down for an MOT yesterday. It passed with flying colours. I was going to go for a ride out today, but then I just thought, nah, can't be bothered. As you can tell by the title of this video, the loony left are not just losing the battle, they're losing their minds after yesterday's video about me not giving them any notoriety whatsoever. I've got my coffee. You might want to go and make yourself a cup of tea, so you can pause this live feed and actually go and make yourself a cup of tea and sit back and enjoy it, because this is going to be a good one. Let me just have a quick slurp of coffee and we'll crack on with it. Now, what this video is about raise the colours, raising flags or in and around every single city, every single town, every single village, and what it actually means. To a patriot like myself, it means that I lost family in the First and the Second World War. And those people died for this country to be able for us to have our free speech and our way of life today. And we put these flags up in solidarity of them, to be proud of who we are, what we fought for and what we actually stand for. And that every single British person actually falls under that flag. Now, what does it mean to be British? You can live in a different country altogether that has a completely different flag, but you are running away from that country because you are being persecuted or there is war. You can come over to this country with your passport and say, I would like to claim asylum. I've got this skill set, I've got that skill set, I'll work, I'll pay taxes, I'll open my own business or whatever. And then you fall under that British flag, equals you are British. So you can be a Muslim British, you can be any type of British you want, but we are English. You won't be English, you'll be British. This is the English flag. The Union Jack is the British flag. You've got Scottish flag, you've got Northern Ireland, you've got all the flags that are raised in this country, and they're all welcome. Now, the problem comes when we start putting up our flags and trying to be proud and patriotic and bring community together, and you start getting accused of being far right. They're trying to use this as a ploy to stop us putting up flags, calling us far right. Normal, everyday people. I'm talking 95% of British people, the far left, seem to think are far right. Now, people with this ideology stuck in their head are going to be embarrassed because they've been brainwashed. They've been indoctrinated by a cult, which is the far left, not the left. I want to make that very clear, not the left. There are liberal, left-thinking people that are nice people, and they just have a different way of life to us. They've got different values or whatever, but they still respect this flag. A good example would be somebody down at Melton Borough Council offices talking about what that flag actually means to them, and I 100% respect that person for doing that. Again, I don't mention names on videos unless 100% need be. Let me just have a quick. Wet Wednesday. It is, mate, yes. That's Deadpool talking. Yes, we have Deadpool on the channel. So let's get to this first video. Now, in this video, what's actually happening is people are putting up flags on street lampposts in and around their living area, and a policewoman approaches them, saying that she's ashamed of the flag, and the flag is far right. Let's take a look.
You're not uniting by using
well, we
it
are.
like this, are you?
Like what?
How
are we using it? How are we using it? Excuse me, how are we using it?
You're an angry little woman.
How are we abusing it? Explain. Have a conversation.
Because you're using it to spread hate.
No, we're not.
Yes, you are.
No, we're not.
You like to think.
You are spreading hate.
You're the one that spreads the hate.
We're not spreading hate. You are. Right, we're going to put one right outside your house. My God, she was angry.
Hold on, it's coming up high. Walker. Are you alright, mate?
Silly little bitch. Sorry.
My God, she was angry.
And my country's flag. It comes again. Make sure.
That's right, I'm recording her.
Here she
This
comes
again.
That on an island, love.
Yay!
time, love. We've got no argument with you.
So you can play this.
It's fine, you're allowed to record, it's
We've
public.
got no animosity whatsoever, darling.
This is spreading love.
Hello. We've got no
Yes, yes, Adam! Yes, Adam!
You love this, because I do.
I love my country! I love my flag! And I will fly it! I will fly it wherever I want to! Because I love my flag!
Speaking as somebody who's represented their country, I hate
So
what
was
you're
my
doing.
dad. So then you should be ashamed of yourself. This flag represents Christianity, and you should be ashamed. You can never trust a lefty with your kids.
A few
You
moments
can never
later.
trust a lefty with your kids. You can never trust a lefty. Never trust a lefty. Never trust a lefty with your kids.
So as you can see from that video, that lady was extremely unhinged. I think it's a little bit of an understatement. She's a policewoman. I don't know where this is, but yeah, she took severe offence to the St George's Cross, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. This is how unhinged these people are. This is how indoctrinated they are. This is how brainwashed sheep numbers they've actually became. Now, to say that this flag is racist, it's had its... but people hijack flags all the time. The pride flag has been hijacked by the LGBTQ4K. Okay? The Palestine flag has been hijacked by Hamas. There's all these flags. We could say this about any flag. Just about any flag. And it meant something different in the past. Now, I suppose that's 100% open to interpretation, and these people decide to take the far left side of the interpretation of this flag, when 95% of the people actually believe this flag stands for Great Britain. We fly this flag when England play. We fly this flag when the tennis is on. We fly this flag when all sorts of events are on. But then it's okay because there's an event and that actually explains it. We can't just fly the flag because we're proud British people. And they seem to have this problem with that. Now, the reason they've got a problem with that is because when we say we're taking our country back, what we mean is getting all of these grown men out of these hotels and getting homeless people off the streets. Homeless people that should not be on the streets. We've got hundreds and hundreds of houses being built in and around towns and cities all over the country. And we still have homeless people on the streets. Homeless veterans, homeless mothers with children right here in Melton. There'll be a link in one of the shorts if you want to go and donate to that. The council are aware of it, and I'm hoping they sort her out and not just send her to Leicester or Loughborough or somewhere like that. She needs to be here in Melton, unless she has got family. I don't know the 100% her circumstances. I haven't mentioned any names or anything like that because I don't believe she wants the publicity and everything else. But there's a link in the description on the short. Now, yeah, this woman was extremely unhinged, and I feel sorry for her in some ways, because that flag must have meant something to her at some point. It must have done. Now, she's obviously became a policewoman because she believes in protecting the public, and she took an oath when she actually became a policewoman. But she's not doing that anymore. Neither are half the Met Police. If you go and watch all the videos on YouTube, there's video after video after video after video showing police, Met Police, and police from all around the country antagonising what they like to call the far right. Actually leading them towards Antifa, who are a far left organisation who, in my opinion, should be classed as a terrorist organisation. Now again, I'm going to repeat myself after yesterday's video. There hasn't been any assassinations from what you like to call the far right for the past 5 to 10 years. There have been more than 3 assassination attempts from the far left, which is the most dangerous ideology. You can mention the EDL, that's been disbanded. You can mention Tommy Robinson. He has completely admitted what he did in the past was wrong. We've all got history, and you really haven't got a leg to stand on. And like I said last night, you've lost this fight. Go back to bed, take some Calpol and get rid of your headache, because it ain't going to work. People aren't falling for this shit anymore. It's as plain as and as simple as that. Let's watch the next video and leave a comment to let me know what you think.
Oi, ladies and gentlemen, this mug, right, is going around, right, look at him, make this prick famous, right, look at him. Guys, You're fishing over a lad. Exactly. What's the matter with you? No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. The kid's a fool, mate. He's an absolute fool. Geezer, the police have already been called. Geezer, you're a mug. Go on. Go home. Guy, look. Take your ladders with you. Being a member of the military doesn't necessarily... Oh, do you know what? Being a fucking tenant. I'm not being... We've just been out all night doing this. I'm not being realised, yeah. Mate, because you've been spoon-fed to a shit. No. Crack on. Oh, look, crack on, mate.
You're mentally ill, mate. You're mentally ill.
I'm not, mate.
You are. You're mentally ill.
I'm not mentally
Look at you.
I'm genuinely
Look at you. You're mentally ill.
I'm genuinely not mentally
You
ill.
are.
I've got a sound
You
head on me, mate.
are.
I understand
You
what you're talking
are.
about.
You are, mate. You are. You are. Oh, mate. Yeah, you are. You're a bit of a left eye.
Now, as you can see by this video, this gentleman is extremely confused. He thinks he's been indoctrinated and he's been told that this flag or the Union Jack is far right. Not every single person in and around Great Britain is far right. And this is what makes me sort of sad to see this. I mean, look at his little face. He's just so confused at what's actually happening. And he doesn't sort of realise that it benefits him, yet he's got that t-shirt on.
It's okay. It's okay. It's a sickness. It's a sickness.
This idea of
It's a
you saying that
sickness.
word thinking it's going to do anything.
It's a sickness.
Means nothing.
It's a sickness.
Honestly,
It's a sickness.
it's not worth your time.
So why don't you
Mate,
take
it
yourself
means
home
nothing.
and get yourself into bed, mate? Yeah?
Because I'm quite happy doing what I'm doing.
What you're doing...
Does he realise far right was usually something classed as like football hooliganism and things like that, and he's wearing that t-shirt? Okay then. Again, completely contradictory to what they are trying to do.
You're destroying the effort of what you've done all night.
Come on. Done all night. We all understand. I understand what you've done all night.
Yeah.
So the police understand what you've
don't
done.
give a shit.
They literally know it's a far right movement. That's the whole
We ain't
thing.
a far right movement.
It's fascism.
We ain't a far right movement. What are you doing, bruv? Leave the ladders.
away?
Leave the ladders.
step away?
Leave the ladders and jog on.
away?
Leave the ladders alone.
Mate, I'm not being
and jog
funny.
on.
My ladders.
I don't give a shit.
They're my ladders.
Yeah, and you're using them to taking down our flag.
It's in public space.
I don't
It's
care.
in public space.
Don't care.
They're on the floor by the
Don't care.
by the things, mate.
You know
what?
You're sick, mate. You've got a mental illness. You need to go home. You've got a mental illness. You're sick.
It's the right thing to do.
It's a sickness,
You
yeah?
want the whole country. You want your country to dilute. Where is your care? Exactly that.
Exactly that.
Tablets today, mate, yeah?
Take the ladders, boys.
They're not your ladders to take,
No,
are they?
no, it's not heavy.
They're not your ladders.
I've been up and down this road putting up these flags all night, and this
I know.
is taking them down.
And I understand the
Because he
movement.
thinks everybody's a racist because you're putting up a flag because
What?
you've been
If you
spoon-fed
what?
by the BBC.
If
That
you-
your
I don't
flag,
fuck
your
the BBC.
fucking country
It's
is
your
racist.
flag.
Crack
I
on,
don't give a
mate.
fuck about the BBC.
Your
Honestly.
flag.
But I'm telling you, I understand what this raise the colours movement is. Yeah?
Yeah?
You believe
I understand.
You know when you don't.
What?
mate. Imagine
What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
It's a movement that is supposed to take our flag and turn it into a symbol to use it against
We're not turning
people.
it into a
That's
symbol.
exactly what it is.
We're all
It's
coming
sending
together
a
as a country.
No, that's not what this is.
Do you agree? Do you agree with the illegal migrants coming over by boat?
Mate,
Do
the
you?
asylum seekers who
They're
are trying
not
to
asylum seekers, you absolute twit.
They're all Jesus.
Mate, you're
See, and
thick.
again, you want to talk
You-
about who's
Mate, you're
believed
thick.
what and
You're
who's
thick
led
as fuck.
into what fucking
You are thick
stuff.
as fuck.
Do you know what
You're
I mean?
thick as fuck, mate. You are thick as fuck. You're dense.
Now, as you can see by that video, that guy was convinced that these flags mean far right, basically, and he reckons he can see what's happening and everything else. I don't agree with them taking his ladder off him. I don't agree with the people that were putting up them flags, their rhetoric towards him, calling it, saying he's mentally ill and everything else. There are people out there with mental illness, myself included. I have ADHD, I have autism spectrum disorder, and I have dyslexia, and I have a multitude of other ones as well. And I'm sort of, not bothered by it. I don't let it affect my everyday life. I get on with life quite well and quite easily. I'm happy. I've got my family. I've got my home. I've got my surroundings with my cameras and everything else. And I will be doing videos on how I actually handle my ADHD and autism and how I get through everyday life. People have noticed when I'm actually looking at the screen and stuff, it's very rare I look at the camera because I just don't like looking at cameras. I don't mind having a camera on me. That does not bother me in the slightest. For God's sake, I'm a photographer. The reason, like I say, that I disagree with that rhetoric that they were using, saying he is mentally ill. I wouldn't say he's mentally ill. He's just been indoctrinated. He has just been brainwashed to the far left ideology. Now, these flags have been so left open to so much interpretation, so much interpretation, and we already know from the far left that there is no cohesive discourse with them whatsoever. They live in their own echo chamber. You can say whatever you want to them and they will not listen. They want free speech only when it suits them. They want free speech only when it actually sort of helps them out in some way, shape or form. But you go to a far left sort of protest and you put a camera on them, they want nothing to do with it, yet they're out in public. Everything they do you can contradict and you can have an opinion on, but they don't want to listen to any other opinion apart from their own, because every other opinion is wrong. That's fascist, isn't it? Yeah, that's fascist. I can remember also, you know, back in the First and the Second World War, somebody that was like that, and he was a Nazi. Yet they call us the Nazis. So let's be honest, let's be serious, let's be 100% to the point here, what these flags actually mean. When we used to go to war, we used to raise a flag. That was one reason it was used. Another reason we raise a flag is to actually tell everybody that this is our land. This is ours, not yours. You are welcome here, but do not think that it is yours. That is why we raise this flag in identity. To identify the land we stand on, that our forefathers, our grandfathers, our great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfathers fought for. For many years, we've farmed this land, we've lived on this land, we've lived in this country peacefully, we've had wars, yes, every country has had wars, but that's what we stand for. And that's why this flag is being rose. Because that is our identity, and we're being told to hate our identity by taking down these flags and having idiots like what are in these videos walking round telling us that it's far right, that it's fascist, that it's Nazi. Yet we fought the Nazis in the First and the Second World War. How much more are people actually going to take? And again, as I said, we're not going to take it anymore because the time for debate is over. They made that decision for us. They made that decision. They made their bed. They can now lay in it because we've more or less got them in check just before checkmate. Here's another video. Watch this.
What's the end goal?
To listen to the people.
About what?
About putting our own people first. You know, there's a lot of veterans and kids that go without meals. The winter fuel payments, you know, you saw that last year. It's only going to happen again soon. Put those guys first and stop putting these dudes who shouldn't be here in five-star hotels and treating them like royalty.
Do you genuinely?
Look at that woman's body language. Fucking hell. She's mainstream media. Okay, another indoctrinated person.
I think they're in five-star hotels.
Well, not all of them in five-star hotels, but you remember the whole Tintagel scandal in Cornwall.
Now you can tell with her arms folded, being very defensive. She's curled up to say, you know, don't come near me and everything else. He's very open. He's very calm, speaking to her and everything else, you know.
Beautiful cliffside hotel, and they offered him so much money to put all these guys in there, which would have ruined the local Tintagel community. You know, putting 500 blokes who are from a different culture and arguably would not assimilate with locals, that would destroy the culture that is Tintagel, a lovely tourist spot. I mean, I've been there. It's a beautiful place. And looking at experiences with Tamworth, very close, Cannock, of what's been going on there, people have been raped, harassed. I've been there, it's intimidating.
Now I want to make it very clear that people cannot expect other people to do things for them at the drop of a hat just because they've got an insecurity. At the end of the day, offence is something taken, not something given. I could walk down the street and take offence to somebody wearing a bright red hat and tell them to remove that hat because it's causing me alarm, harassment and distress. That's how pathetic this is. This is where it's got, but they're using it for a far left ideology. Now, the minority of people that don't want this flag up are of a far left ideology. They are. They're socialists, they're liberalists, but they're on the far extreme end of it. We, as meaning myself and my friends around me, I have people that are voted for Labour or sort of centre left, and I'm centre right. We're in the middle. We're bang on in the middle of all of this. And the far right in Great Britain, and I have done some research, represents around about, I think it was something along the lines of 1%, less than 1% of the population that they would be classed as. Now, I've done some research. There is a short online of how many prescribed terrorist organisations are of the far left variety. There are far more far left ideology terrorist organisations that exist than what there are far right, yet they keep telling us the problem is the far right. They like to name everybody the far right to make it look a bigger problem than it is. Now, the far left like to make mountains out of molehills, run witch hunts and things like that. And what I would suggest is, if you're staying up till 3, 4 in the morning and putting posts on X or any other social media about any of this, you've got a fucking problem. You've got a problem and you need to go and see a doctor. And I'm being serious. I hope you get the help you actually need, because you're not going to be getting any notoriety off anybody. When nobody comments on your post and you're liking your own fucking posts, that's just something there's something quite not right there, and you need to get it sorted. It's going to make you extremely ill. Now, I'm going to go through some of the comments that I've received on this live stream. I hope some of the left see we are just pushing for our what's that say? I can't read it. My glasses are shit. Liberty for them too. Yes, that's Charlie just said that basically. Yeah, I mean, they don't seem to understand that they fall under that umbrella of that flag as well. If they're British, they fall under that umbrella of that flag, and that's a whole range of people. It doesn't matter about sexuality. It doesn't matter about gender. It doesn't matter about skin colour. It doesn't matter about religion. You fall under the umbrella of these flags. They are there representing you to say this is your land just as much as ours. There's no talking to them, but you have to try. Yes, I totally agree with that as well, Charlie. I mean, again, I was out on Saturday down at the Reform Tent and a guy walked past. I've since found out who this guy was. That's going to be another video that I'm keeping in the bag just in case anything happens. But I said to him, he walked past and he called one of the Reform guys a fucking Nazi. They were his exact words, and I overheard it. So I offered him a debate on what grounds has he got to walk past somebody randomly who he has never met in his life and call them a Nazi. What fucking evidence has he got for a start? Show me the evidence. I'll point at them and call them a Nazi if you show me damning evidence that that person's a fucking Nazi. You can't just say it and expect everybody around you to believe it. If you're going to say something, at least back it up. You can walk, you know, you can talk the talk, but you can't walk the walk, if you want to put it like that. He's basically writing checks he can't fucking cash. I offered him a debate quite nicely, actually. I said, come back and debate with me, and he told me to fuck off because he thinks he could out-debate me. He thought he could out-debate me by telling me to fuck off. He lost the debate before it even started by telling me to F off. That's how mind-blowing some of these people actually are. I don't understand the chain of thought that goes into this before it comes out there. I've got a problem with what goes off up here and then comes out here. Sometimes I don't think what I'm saying, but then I do a lot of masking and stuff like that, and I can sort of stop myself sometimes from saying something because I thought, somebody actually might take offence to that. But very often, I don't really have a very good social filter, I've got to admit. You've got 2 huskies, people are welcome to try. Absolutely gorgeous dogs. I used to work with dogs myself at the DAC. We used to work with Malleys and all breeds of dogs, you know, and I just love dogs. Dogs are your best friend. They are probably the one and only best friend you will ever have. Hence, I've got my dog fast asleep here next to me at the moment. Yeah, I worked with them for years. We worked with the British Transport Police dogs, worked with the Malleys, Hasdi, all of those dogs. Absolutely loved them. The ones I found most interesting was the search dogs. They were amazing. How they trained them and everything else is so interesting. Amazing job. I wish I'd never left, but at the time my circumstances were different. I was nailed a couple of times on my arm. Not the dog's fault. That's what they're trained to do. And obviously me being a new type of handler with these dogs, I made a mistake and went like that, and it bit me. And that's what the dog's trained to do. But to be fair, the lads that were working up there, the lads that were in the army, actually came over, got the dog off me. I had my arm plastered up and I was back at work the next day. Simple as that. Let's have a look at another comment. Yeah, he did. He just walked off and went in the calf. He basically told me to F off because I asked him why he called them a Nazi. I was only going to ask him what evidence has he got to call somebody a Nazi. And if he had the evidence, that would have shut me up. But he obviously hadn't got the evidence. So, Belgian R4 Pros. I don't understand that. Sorry, Charlie. You're on about Belgian Malinois. Morning. What have you missed? This is the Melton Mafia. It's just basically me talking about some of these plonkers that are online taking down the flags, mate. I've just shown a couple of videos. You'll be able to watch this video back once I'm finished. I'm just going through some of the comments. Northwest Outlaws. Shout out to Northwest Outlaws. Shout out to Charlie. And a shout out to Melton Mafia. So yeah, the takeaway from this video, what will it be? Well, basically we're going to have these people that are going to keep going round, finding pages on Facebook, finding pages on X and reporting them and doing everything they want. But all they've managed to actually do is drive it underground. There's going to be more and more flags going up. They're going to continue to go up whether you like it or not. People will open private forums. People will actually meet people and do what we call, as the far right like, to socialise, instead of spending till 3 o'clock in the morning writing posts that no fucker reads. Just saying. And the more it gets driven underground, the more flags will go up, the more, you know, you will point and say, that's far right, that's racist, that is, when it actually isn't. The more of a twat you're going to make of yourself. Because in my book, and in my day, from Generation X, an egg is a fucking egg. If it looks like an egg, it smells like an egg, it tastes like an egg, it's a fucking egg. Just because one sticks feathers up his arse does not make him a fucking chicken. Plain and simple. And I probably shouldn't have said that, but I did. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all down to interpretation, and they've took this flag and interpreted it whatever way they feel necessary to actually try and beat us down, to try and hoodwink us, to try and lead us up the primrose path. Obviously, they have no cohesive discourse. They're incapable of debate. They basically live in their echo chamber, and that's the way it is, and that's the way it's gone. What they don't realise yet is today's the Trump visit, and they're all going to be sat there scratching themselves stupid because they want to make a comment or they want to get some notoriety. Do not comment. Don't do nothing. Let them do it and just let them go. They will fade off into that black hole of the abyss with no notoriety whatsoever. KFC. Yes, I do. We got a guitarist out of it called Buckethead. He plays that Gibson guitar, doesn't he? Called the Buckethead. It's got the kill switch on it. Yeah, I know what happened to KFC, mate. Anyway, this has been Street Switch Photography. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Share the absolute shit out of it. Go and hit the notification bell so you get my next video. Tomorrow will be a live video on the 18th. There's a meeting down at Melton Borough Council. It's going to be quite an interesting one. I'll be doing a live on it. I'm going to watch about 15 to 20 minutes of it first so I can get a feel for the meeting and what it's about. If you want to leave a comment that disagrees with what I've been saying, please leave a comment. Don't feel like you can't leave a comment. But don't call people names. Don't start trying to get personal, or you'll just be deleted and I won't even bother reading it. It's as simple as that. If you want to debate, yeah, I can debate. But the ones we won't debate are the far left ideologues. They are the ones we will not debate. It's as plain and as simple as that. Time for debate for them is gone. It's gone. The way you debate, if you go and watch my previous video on Saturday, is where this gentleman walks up. He actually told me to shut up, and I actually knew I was doing wrong because I go off on a tangent. He said, I'm actually talking to this lady, and I apologised to him because he was right. Okay? This guy, he is a lefty. He came down, he asked some questions. They tried to answer the questions, and he left. I shook hands with him, and I turned around and said to him, you should have been a counsellor. That's how you debate. That's how it should be. It should be a safe environment for anybody to say whatever they want, whenever they want. And if people take offence to it, you don't go to another debate like that, do you? Because that would say to me that you have a sensitivity issue. And you can't expect everybody around you to change because of your sensitivity issues. That's the way of the world. You'll get over it. This has been Street Switch. Bye for now.
Street Switch Photography.